Hi team, this is George. I want to talk real quickly about Unit 2, and all that we're doing here is first we're going to be looking at childhood issues and interventions in our discussion, and then that brings us to our annotated bibliography comparisons of children this week. So let me go over an annotated bibliography, kind of how to use this. If you need to, this help page is very helpful. It shows you how to sort of save everything that you've seen for those. For that, what it basically says, those directions says click here under first name. So you highlight that, and then you just come here without clicking anywhere else on the page, scroll down, hold your shift key, and then click on the last word, which in this case is the PM, and it copies the whole thing. And then I do Control C, might be Command C, or you can right click like this also and hit copy. Any of those ways work. And then I'm going to drag a Word document over here and show you what that looks like. There it is. Okay, so, and then I just do Control V, or you could paste, and then it looks like this. And this is all of the annotated bibliographies that were presented at this time, which were very well done. So thanks, Elaine, for getting these in. I appreciate that. And let me jump back to here. So now when it's your turn to put the 3 in, you simply go to Add Entry. Now, hopefully it'll go quicker than that for you. And then just select, is this your first, your second, or your third? The population and issue, write your population, your article is about, and the distinct issue. So you want to be clear. So as we go through these boxes, your goal is clarity, clarity, clarity. So that's a balance to find where you don't over complicate things or underestimate things at the same time. Bibliographic information. Purdue OWL is the best place to go for APA formatting information. So just put your reference there. Location of the source goes here. Your audience, who is this written for? And then the meat and potatoes, the purpose of the source. What is the rationale for the content? Is there strong supporting evidence laced throughout? What does that mean when I say strong supporting evidence laced throughout? What that means is that do they use sources to come up with the perspective that they're coming from? So do they just say things and then don't have it tied back to another source somewhere? Or do they say things that they simply didn't find in their research? So there's two ways to be credible within your content, is to shift back and use supporting sources for your comments, or if you find something in your research, you can then use your own research to support that. So you want to look through and make sure that the document that you're reading has sources that is using as well. And if you're looking at peer-reviewed articles, probably they will. So, and then you're also looking at the rationale for the content. So are they saying something and then making a big stretch to get to the new one, to get to what they're saying? That's where you come in and you make, that's a judgment call, and you decide that. So am I saying, so I looked at this study and 25 out of 30 kids reacted X to this, so all kids. So was it a big enough sample size to rationalize it to all? So that's what we're kind of looking like. So look at the sample sizes. Were they big enough? Look at the rationale they're using. Does it make sense? Give it the does it make sense test, if you will. And then the next thing, 1 to 2 detailed paragraphs. Purdue OWL, they do a fantastic job telling us exactly how to write an annotated bibliography. Summarize, assess, reflect. So we're going to focus on summarize and assess. So the first one is the summary of the content right here, and then evaluation of the content. That is the assessment right here, the assess piece. After summarize, we're going to summarize, and we're going to source. Is the information reliable? Is the source biased or objective? What is the goal of the source? So that's what we want to do. And then have this wonderful link for evaluating resources right here. And I'll post both of these in the announcement as well. We're kind of walk you through on how to evaluate during reading. This is a very valuable piece of information that you want, because we need to know Can we trust what we're reading? Can we do things like that? So, and then the next one, evaluation of the content. So you're going to summarize it, and then you're going to kind of read it as you're reading. If you read it with this in mind right here, you will be able to evaluate very well. And then the limitations, what are the limitations? So can we transfer this from one group of people to another group? Are there limitations? Was it so specific that it only went to this group? Was, things like that. So what are the limitations of the source and your overall recommendation? Is it worth reading or not? So you're going to tell us, is it worth it? And you're going to tell us in 3 to 5 seconds why it is or is not. So I hope you found this helpful. I'm posting the links in the announcement as well. And let's have another fantastic week.